What's going on YouTube? Aaron here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over what has grown to be a really controversial topic when it comes to the search and eventually the discovery of Brian Laundrie's remains. And so that is cadaver dogs. This footage has been sent to me by many of you. I appreciate it. A lot of people have been asking me, where were they searching in this video specifically, because I know the cadaver dogs had been out at different times, but this video was taken on October 14th. This is streamed by Fox 13 out of Tampa Bay on the 14th, which is less than a week before they ended up discovering what ended up being those personal items and eventually the remains of Brian Laundrie. And I, of course, dove straight into the video, and the first thing just flew right out at me, and that would be these power lines that are in the foreground. So if I go to the photo that it reminds me of, it would be this photo of Chris and Roberta Laundrie. And as you can see, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like power lines, and it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. It might be kind of hard to see, but it's very clear that that is the area. Now that road, if we go over here to the left, that road runs east to west. It's this road, and it runs pretty far. So I wasn't sure at the beginning of the video kind of where they could have been, but I definitely pointed them out, or in my head I was thinking they're definitely in this area. And if we actually go to the full screen of that road, and we go and angle this a little bit, we can see that this is exactly where Chris and Roberta were at in that photo. At least that's where I think they were at. So you can see that there's a pole here on the right side and a pole over here just almost out of frame. And then there are a bunch of the power lines way down the road on the left side. And as you can see here, there are 2 poles. We can't actually make out the power lines in this Google Earth image, but if you can see, if I move it around, you can really see them. There are the 2 poles. I believe this is where that photo was taken, near the entrance to the reserve, so they hadn't gotten into it very far at that point. But then if you go down further, you can see that the left side is where all of those poles are lined up. And so, of course, like I said at the beginning, I wasn't quite sure, because, like I said, that road runs really far east to west, so they could have been anywhere. So I, of course, watched through the video. I was trying to look for little identifiers, little, things that stood out as for something to look for in the Google Maps. And then I got all the way to the end of the video, and I'll link this down below. At about the 11-minute and 15-second mark, they start to zoom out. And let me show you guys. They're in this big bunch of trees here, and I'll scrub backwards. The video actually never cuts. So they're going through a little bit of swampy areas. You can see the dog in the video, that the dog is definitely in this bunch of trees. And if you go through the video, you'll be able to see yourself. It never cuts. They're down in these trees. They're down in those trees. The video's trying to capture the dog still, but they're hidden. And then, like I said, right here, it's starting to pull away at about the 11-minute and 15-second mark. And as they were pulling away, I was thinking, oh, great, this is going to give away way more information as to where they might be. And then I paused the video, and I immediately knew where they were. And this right here is what gave it away. So if I go over to the Google Maps and show you guys, it's a little hard to see, but this is the exact same spill-off as in the video. So if we pull back even further, you can see that this is the exact rounded area of trees over here, and the exact same rounded, and then the spillaway spot is right here, and then the spill off is there. And it kept zooming out, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, yeah, there's the road down to the bottom right. If we go over here, there's the road. You can see the canal. If I actually turn it at the exact angle, roughly, you can see the exact canal, the Big Slough Canal. There's the Big Slough Canal there. And then I was just thinking, they were so close. This is that group of trees, keep in mind, down here that they zoomed out of. So the dog was roughly right down here in this group of trees. And as it zoomed out even more, you can actually see that up here at the very top of the screen, if I make it go full screen, this up here where my mouse is moving, that's where they ended up finding Brian, right in this little corner down here. So if I zoom out, you'll see this is that patch where they ended up finding Brian, and that is the same patch right up here. And you can even see the big clearing right here off to the left. That would be this big clearing over here, but obviously at this angle, is kind of what you're seeing it at. So that's somewhat of the angle that we're looking at. And then, I mean, you can even get more specific with it to really just line it up that is exactly where they were. Or sorry, down here is where they were, and Brian's remains were down there. And that made me realize how close they truly were. So let's just go back up here, and I'll scrub back a little ways and show you guys. This is the grouping of trees that they're looking at. I pinned that at about right here on the map. These two trees that I'm hovering my mouse over are the exact two trees right here. And so they're somewhere within there. So we can accurately guess within a few feet, or within a few, couple yards, a couple 100 feet possibly. I'm just going to stick the mouse here and measure the distance to where they ended up finding Brian, which, as we know, give or take a few feet, a few meters, was right around here. And it's 2,000 feet, you guys. As the crow flies, 2,000 feet. That's like 0.35 miles. If we actually put it in, let's just call it 2,000 feet, give or take, 0.37, okay? That's not far at all. In fact, that's close. That's not even remotely far. And so, this chopper footage tells us a lot about just how close they were that day. And as you can see, the video, the chopper ends up flying away, and that's all we see that day. But they were so incredibly close to Brian. I wanted to make this video prior to streaming today. I may end up posting this video ahead of the stream. So if this video is out in the afternoon on the 26th, I'll probably be streaming somewhere around 7 o'clock Eastern time. I may end up just making this video go live after the stream. So it just depends. But either way, this is going to be a highly talked about topic on the stream. So if this is coming out prior to the stream and you want to dive more into this and have a conversation, hit subscribe. I'm going to be streaming later. And if this does come out after the stream tonight, then just subscribe for future streams and future coverage of not only this case, but other cases. So anyways, I wanted to throw this together so it wasn't going to get buried into a long 2-hour stream. I wanted it as its own standalone video. And I think you guys might appreciate that as well. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.